Basic. Okay, let us start. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Devo Maheshwara, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha.
Yasya sarve samarambha kama sankalpa varchitaha jnanagnidatta karmanam tamahu panditam buddha. He whose actions are all free from desires and fancies, and whose actions are burnt by the fire of knowledge, sages call him wise. The verses 18 to 24 is important because in these 6 verses, Krishna has 7 verses. In these 7 verses, Krishna has condensed the Upanishads, and he has given the solution for all the human problems. And let's see how it is. Here, actually, when we have discovered Purnatvam, we won't, that is, if we are contented, then here Krishna asks us, what is the necessity to work? And if we are contented, then we need not work. We can just be idle. And is that the right way for a jnani? So here, when jnani has discovered Purnatvam, will he have any motive to do any work? But yes, because for an anjnani, he works because of dissatisfaction, and that is the force, the needs, and like necessity is the mother of invention. Like that, anjnani wants more and more for himself. He is selfish, so he keeps working for that, and he is constantly dissatisfied. We are never an anjnani is never contented, and once he buys something, he wants something more. And he keeps imagining about his future, like how he should be, how he should live in a bigger house, how he should have a better car, more wealth, and such things. But for a jnani, it is contentment, and with that contentment, he is compassionate, and that is the greatness of his wisdom. And jnani is always selfless, and he always works towards making the world a better place. And it is a jnani cannot be. It is not like he is compassionate. His nature itself is compassionate, and he doesn't think about himself much. He is always like what he has to do for the other, what he can do for others. He is selfless. So, like the verse that we have often heard, like how whenever bad adharma grows up, and when the dharmic way is getting low, how Krishna is reborn again, like that. A jnani is constantly working for the betterment of the world and not for himself. Daya Sindhu, the one who has compassion. Jnani has no motive. He never expects anything in return. He just does his work, and that work is also not for himself. It is for the benefit of the society. He does accordingly with what he has, and according to the situation. And here, compassion is crystallized into appropriate action. So accordingly, he does what is necessary for the world only. Kama Sankalpa Varchitaka. Jnani's activity is not caused by discontentment. Now, it is not caused by smallness, it is not caused by a lack of mind, and not caused by sense of loneliness. He is fear from future projections. Setup belongs to Vyavakarika Sata, Purnatvam belongs to Paramatika Sata. So here he doesn't dream of the future, he just lives in the present, and he is like a roasted seed where he doesn't acquire any papam and punyam. And that is why he is free from agami karma also. And so here the Swami Dayanand Swamiji beautifully says, he says for an anjani, if I have rejected myself, how can I accept myself? I cannot accept myself. So when I cannot accept myself, I feel the world is wrong and I cannot accept the world also. I find with fault with every person. See, once when we don't correct ourselves, we feel like the other person is wrong, that my job is not great, my boss is not great, my house is not great, everything is wrong. The problem is not with the world. Self-rejection expresses in the form of world rejection. So, like if we start accepting ourselves and if we correct ourselves, we see the world also, we accept the world also. So Jnani is at home with himself as he is, and therefore at home with the world as it is, and therefore he is not dreaming or not projecting or not expecting anything for the future. So he lives in the present day and he is fine as he is. Jnani enjoys doing whatever he can do and whatever he has to have to do. Therefore, Jnani does not travel from happiness, unhappiness to happiness or something. His travel is from happiness to happiness to happiness. He is constantly happy. And Dayanand Swami says it's a very beautiful state of mind. So happily he succeeds. Even if he fails also, he just takes it in the same, like Ishvara Prasad Bhava, and he gets things done. And if he is not able to get also, he is just not affected by it. So that is a state of a Jnani's mind. Kama Sankalpa Varjitaka Samaramba. When I am identified with Ahamkara, then when there is Sankalpa, then it produces Punyam and Pabam. Here Jnani is like a roasted seed. He does not have the crystallized ego. So he does not produce Punyam and Pabam. So he does not generate Agami Karma. So here our Swamiji says, if we have to give a Nobel Prize for physics, only the team of physicists can choose the best physicist. Like that, to identify a Jnani, the person who is identifying him also should be wise. So that is why Panda means self-knowledge and Rita means the one who has that. So Pandita is the one who is endowed with self-knowledge. To identify a Pandit also, we also have to be wise. The person who has to identify a Pandit should also be wise. So that is the main difference between a Jnani and Anyani.
So now we know who is Jnani. So how much we can do this in our life? We are seeing this from second chapter, because the second chapter begins with the immature mind of Arjuna, and his questions were like a pandita. You remember the 2.11 verse where he's asking question, and then Krishna's first verse, he says, "You sound like a pandita, but you are a muda. You are asking questions like an not a wise person, even though you sound like wise person." And then the entire second chapter summarizes in the end about Jnani. There it is given as Sthita Prajna. In that second chapter is Sthita Prajna. Means when he is in balance, whatever happens, good or bad. Now we are doing from second chapter, we finished third chapter, and now in fourth chapter, same thing is happening. So are we just getting knowledge, or are we also doing it? This is a question, because this is a question which we should ask as a seeker. Because we are all having the capacity to play this role in your life also. Like if someone is a mother, if she wants to give something to daughter, she will give it. But if it is the same mother who wants to give to someone, the daughter-in-law, I'm just, because it can be brother, anything. I'm just telling common examples. Will she give in the same way? That is Jnani. Or if I am a doctor, I can give to my kid, but am I able to give the same way to the other's kid? The duty is same, then I am Jnani. And don't expect from, expectation will cause problem. So I think we should always have practical, because after how many verses now? 100 and no,
Yes,
not this.
sir.
Total 47, 72, third chapter again 68, and then now. So we have crossed 200 verses. And in the final we'll cross 700 verses. So that's not going to, that is not our goal. Our goal is, can we get little change in daily lives? I'm not saying that I have changed, but I am trying. I am every level I'm trying. Because I also face all the problems. And I face more problem because Bhagavad Gita padhata hai. Everyone, first thing, if I ask in Vyavara Jagat, they will say, oh, sir, you are teaching Bhagavad Gita, but here how are you living? So that I face double than you in home also. Papa, you got angry. If you are doing mistake, Papa has to get angry. Means in a way that you have to be learning. So what I'm saying, I am getting that little idea that okay, I have to do my duties, which cannot be forgiven. And can I still keep my mental balance? Can I keep my mental balance? Today's example only. I am like, I have to go for surgery. One doctor has come. She has to finish her work there, so she has come late. Whatever. But then I also have to finish my work. But I suddenly, my outburst stopped. I said, okay, she's a doctor. She has to be respected. I did the work. I talked to her nicely. Automatically, I became calm. If I agitate myself, I go up and agitate more. And up was another scene. From 1 o'clock, we were waiting for surgery. I got at 4 o'clock. But still, Madam Sir, we have to do this, even though it is not easy to suddenly go for exams. This is practice. So I'm telling each one of us has the potential. But if we don't test ourselves, how are we going to know? So that's why Grihastha Ashrama is the testing like a war. Every day we will have war. So can we win the war mentally? Then all these verses are important. Otherwise, we'll come in fifth also will come. 9th also will come. 12th also will come. Everywhere, then finally we will revise again from first. So please, today we understood Jnani. What she said is, he is wise only when he burns the desires in the fire of knowledge. Okay. Now, can we apply this at least once in one day?
There was a story
Yes, sir.
in Japan, few hundred years back. There was a thieves, they come to the villages, they enter the villages in houses, and they will rob banks. And they take girls also, like that. They will come every on them. One day, one fellow will come and a lot of thieves are coming in houses. When somebody heard the noises, he just told them, all of you please go inside. So the lady was feeding two children on two sides. They will feed both the children. They were sitting in the road. He cautioned, she got up, she ran with the two children. When she crossed, she realized that she cannot run with two. She dropped one. So she dropped one baby, and she took the other baby to some nearby house. She went inside, and everybody is watching. All the close the horses hit the and died, and all the people went up. After that, the fellow who informed the horses were coming, he went and approached the lady. You had two children on your hand. You dropped only here. Only you took. Both the children are like eyes of both eyes of yours. Why did you drop one and then take one? She said, whom I dropped is night. Who I have taken is
Someone
my
else.
neighbors. She came for learning. That is the
Jnani, desire burnt in.
peace and Karma Yoga doing a selfless act.
Yes. True.
Yes.
Yes. Very touching. Very touching. So this is very difficult to do, but at least we can do smaller things also. Okay.
There are people do.
So we are in a very it will come in 9th chapter again, that it is this jnanam, this self knowledge. The path of self knowledge is like walking on the razor's edge. Literally razor's edge. Because one day we have to go to the Vyavara Jagat. We have to go and now eat.
Sometimes people ask Jnani.
Yes. No, it is for our knowledge, means our test. When you walk this path, very difficult. If you walk the normal path, like what everyone is doing, like materialistic thing to get, everyone will praise you. Everyone will say, oh, new car has come, is very good practice. But how he has done that, no one cares. So I'm talking about you, everyone, like you do something show off, everyone praises. So in this razor edge, we should not tilt the balance in the wrong side. That is our samatvam or sthita prajna or this verse. What is how to burn the desires through self-knowledge. So please, every day, one step at least, then we will reach. Because next verse also is same. After that also verse same. 3 verses are talking this.
So, you are saying Jnani should be motivated to serve the world. Even after getting Purnatva, Jnani should be motivated.
Not should be motivated. He is like that.
Okay, he is motivated to serve the world.
He is, that is what he
That's
does.
how he will be. Okay. What do you mean by that word? Suppose now I become me. Should I serve the world or should I serve my family? Family is the world.
You should the world. You should leave your children.
No. This answer is given in the third Dhyana Shloka.
Vasudeva Suttam.
Yes, Vasudeva Suttam.
First family.
Yeah. So first he
So
gives.
the word what you are using here for Jnani is belonging to the family, not the world.
First you take care of. See, you cannot leave a 1-year-old child, but you need not chase a 20-year-old son or daughter.
That's the
I understood all that. I'm just asking you. Right now, I am becoming Jnani. But yet I have work at home like daily. I have to
that.
cook.
Do that.
Once it வந்துட்டேன்னு அதை பத்தி நினைக்கவே கூடாது. அதுதான் ஞானம்.
You do your
அதை
work at
முடிச்சுட்டு
home.
தான் வர முடியும்.
You do your work at home. After that, it's not 24/7 you are
No. That's what I'm asking is either I do my duty, that is the service to the God. Along with that, do I need to do that for the
Where is God?
So now
Next verse.
coming to our question, let me answer because Jnani doesn't see any world. If I say this to you,
Yes, sir.
for Jnani, he is everything. Everything is in him. That is Jnani. Jnani doesn't differentiate anything. A Jnani means Aham Brahma Asmi, means I am God. God has made everything. I have made you all. So if I start to tell she's Arati, this I am not Jnani. So when you are saying the world is again divided for me, my family, my neighbors, so then you will be divided again. So you, as a Jnani, he makes the differences, but he doesn't differentiate. You understood? He can make differences because we have to live in this Maya world. I know Malika madam is different than Aruna, but I cannot differentiate them. My duties will not be differentiating Malika madam, Aruna madam or anyone when I am having the role to play as a Jnani. But if I am saying, oh, Malika madam is my boss, then I will be little softer to her. Aruna madam, I can just tell whatever. Then I am not going to be Jnani. And in fact, if I am differentiating the world like this, then I am also part of the world and I am not the Brahman.
So the world is the same. But our expression, like நான் இதே காய்கறி கடையில தான் இருப்பேன், அதே மாதிரி தான் எல்லா வேலையும் செய்வேன். ஆனா வரவங்கள்ட்ட சாஃப்டா மட்டும் பேசுவேன்.
Is a transformation. You are getting transformed from
பேசிக்கா வித்தியாசமே தெரியாது. Like you won't differentiate people. அதாவது இந்த people might be ஸ்பெஷலா செய்யணும், அந்த people நான் ஸ்பெஷலா செய்யணுங்கிற அந்த ஸ்பெஷாலிட்டியே இருக்காது. எல்லாரும்
One more example I give. Ramana Maharshi was asked, can you, a student asked something about, can you see God? Because you are Mahatma, Jnani, can you see God? He says, I can see only God. You understand the difference? Jnani will see only God, means everything is one for him. So there is no question of seeing God. So you are telling now, I am Jnani, but I am seeing my family as a different than my.
What do you mean by that Jnani should be motivated or whatever to the world?
motivated.
For
For a Jnani, you need motivation to do a work, to get up from. But for a Jnani, no motivation is needed. அவர் வந்து he'll be
But he
himself.
has to serve the world.
அதுக்கு motivation தேவையில்லை ஞானிக்கு.
நான் நீங்க சொல்றது I could understand that. What do you mean by that word world? World என்ன நம்ம செய்யற daily செய்யற things
Is there a word like this here in this sentence? But it was you just wanted to give an example.
Like he is selfless and he just wants to serve. Like how I was telling no sir, how Krishna is reborn Paritranaya Satuna Vinasa. So
Well,
like that,
avatar.
and Jnani is compassionate. He does everything just for the society, or he
Correct.
doesn't differentiate.
That's
Yes.
for the society. Societyன்ற வார்த்தைக்கு தான் நான் வரேன் இப்போ. நீங்க ஞானி ஆயிட்டா உங்களோட வேலையை தான் நீங்க செய்வீங்களா இல்ல அந்த வேலைக்கு அப்பாற்பட்ட சொசைட்டிக்கும் ஒண்ணு செய்யணுமா?
டிஃபரன்ஷியேட் வராது.
வராது.
உங்களுக்கு சொசைட்டிலே உங்களுக்கு தோணாது.
நீங்க கண்ணாடி கட்டிங்க
அதுதான் கன்ஃபியூஷனே என்னன்னா என்னோட டியூட்டி டெய்லி நான் என்ன செய்யறேன் அதுதான் என்னோட டியூட்டி. அதுதான் நான் அதை ஒழுங்கா பூர்ணத்துவமா செய்யணும். கரெக்டா? தட் இஸ் தி சர்வீஸ் டு தி சொசைட்டி. கரெக்டா? ஞானி சர்வீஸ் டு தி சொசைட்டினா அதானே. அபார்ட் ஃப்ரம் திஸ் நான் ஊர் மக்களுக்கு போய் தனியா செய்யணுமா? அதுதான் நான் கேட்கிறேன்.
No. I understand what it's practically. See, it's a. She is telling practically. So philosophically, we might
நான்
think.
ஃபாலோ பண்ணணும்னு நினைக்கிறேன். அதுக்கு எனக்கு எக்ஸ்பிளனேஷன்.
Okay, so do it like this. Practically, you do swadharma first. Swadharma means a jnani doesn't have any dharma. You cannot take yourself jnani if you are having swadharma. Means first your duties you have to finish. You start step by step. Wherever you are, you start your dharma first. Jnani actually doesn't do anything to gain punya or papa. Dharma doesn't have, there is no dharma, adharma for him. Like a boat going on the water, it doesn't take a drop of water into it, but it still is completely in the water and travels. We are like, some water will come, you have to again drop it out. Papam is coming, you do some punyam. That activity is not for a jnani. So we start like this. My boat has some holes. Still I am attached to something. Water is coming in, I have to drop out by doing karma. Once automatically it seals, you become a roasted seed, it will not grow. No karma, no akarma, no vikarma. That time you have to take step by step. You suddenly cannot be jnani. That is for sure. Jnanam, getting jnanam and behaving like jnani is totally different. Every jnanam is knowledge. We all, none of us can say, I don't know what is self-knowledge. Self-knowledge is something about our own higher self, that is Jivatma, which is equal to Paramatma, right? The space within us is equal to same space outside. That knowledge everyone has. No one said no. But can we act like that? That is jnani. Are we able to act? Tomorrow all money I can transfer to Aarti. It is not possible. That is practically not possible, right? We have to live in this world. We have to get some duties. So that's why the ashramas come. Again, I will go back to the thing. See, ashrama will come. We are in Grihastha ashrama. We have to take care of our family. We have to protect our family. Now, the family can be a small family of 3 people, mother, father, child. It can be a family of extended family, mother, father, parents, and children. Or it can be extremely extended, like what our Madam and Sir has, extremely extended, including the Tangam hospital people as a family. It defines, you can define your family. But dharma remains same in Grihastha ashrama: protection, feeding, taking care. Then shifting from Grihastha to Vanaprastha, you have to start detachment, seal that holes, start roasting, and jnanam, jnani, all that action will happen in sannyasa ashrama, where you are not even your own body. So you suddenly don't jump to that, because if it is difficult, practically not possible. Yes.
நான் ஏன் வீட்டுல செய்யற வேலையே எந்த எதிர்பார்ப்பும் இல்லாமல் பொறுப்பா செஞ்சு தர்மத்தோட நடத்துறதுதானே ஞானி. Apart from this, extra.
No, not that. That's not done.
Everybody should be like that. Everybody should be like that.
Society. See the world itself. I am doing this.
இவ்வளவுதான் என்னால பண்ண முடியும். நான் இதை விட்டு நான் போய் ஒரு ஓல்ட் ஏஜ் ஹோம்ல சர்வீஸ் பண்ணணும். That's what I'm saying. Society அப்படின்னு சொல்றது. சொசைட்டிங்கிறது நம்மள சுத்தி இருக்கிறது மட்டும்தான்.
ஃபேமிலிக்கு மேலயும்.
Have you come to terms?
You learn to define the society. இன்னைக்கு உங்களுக்கு வந்து உங்க ஃபேமிலி தான் முடியுது.
Once I start reading my
But
இது எனக்கு முன்னாடி இருக்கிறவங்களே சொசைட்டி தான் நீங்களாமே எனக்கு சொசைட்டி தான் நான் மட்டும் தான்
ஆட்டோமேட்டிக்கா நம்மளோட பார்வை வந்து எல்லாத்தையும் பார்க்க ஆரம்பிச்சோம்.
அதுதானே நான் சொல்றேன். எனக்கு சொசைட்டின்றது நீங்க தான். நான் வெளியே தேட வேணாம். நான்
it is what invisible.
What is the word in place? NBSBLE. 3 letters are missing.
Invisible, I.
If you leave I, it is visible. It is invisible. 3 eyes should be. We should leave our eye, then only become Jnani. Don't think of Jnani in this age and in this. Somebody gets Jnanathum in the early age. But as a Grihastha, if you are Graha work, you will be like Jnani, like.
Actually, paradox is, if you are Jnani, you will not require to come to the class. Then the day, so some are students who are not coming to the class. But Jnani, he will not even tell. He will not require.
One fellow was wearing, one college student was wearing this T-shirt where this all the 3 eyes are missing. I asked him, what is this? He couldn't answer at all. He is totally in the brahmacharya phase. He doesn't understand. Somebody gave I don't know what it is.
For him, the knowledge is invisible. So, okay.
Unless you leave your eye, you cannot become.
Jnana will not come
Yeah.
all of a sudden.
No. All of a sudden, it will come in the dream, but it's in dream world only. In real world. That's what.
கொண்டுட்டு போயிருப்பாங்க அது வந்திருக்கும்.
That's what. See, like getting a big house in dream. Question is like an answer.
ரொம்ப மோசமான இட்ஸ் வெரி பேட் ப்ராப்ளம். அவர் என்ன பண்ணாரு, வீட்டில் வந்து அந்த லேடி கிருஷ்ணாவும் எப்படியாவது கூடிய வச்சு கொண்டு போய் விடுறாங்க. அங்க போய் இனிமேல் வராது. அடுத்த நாள் கேட்கிறாங்க, உடனே வேணா உடனே do whatever you like.
Confusion should create.
Then he understood.
Second,
He wants to get inside.
mother,
He fell down and
he is giving kindness to them. Then
he gets immediately
he will kill completely.
enlightenment.
That is because
Finally, he comes.
yes,
That
in previous Janma, he would have worked towards it, sir. அந்த ஜென்மால அவருக்கு கிடைக்கும்.
ஒண்ணுமே தெரியாது. பாட சொல்றேன். அம்மா பொருள் என்று
should I go to this? அதான் நான் சொல்றேன். should I go அப்படின்னு சொல்றீங்கன்னா சோஷியல் சர்வீஸ் பண்றதுதான் கரெக்டா இல்ல வீட்ல வேலை செஞ்சாவே
social service is a training. Beginning of your
என் வீட்லயே நான் செய்யலாம். அவ்வளவுதான் முடிஞ்சு
செஞ்சாங்க.
நீங்க யாருமே என்னோட இதை புரிஞ்சுக்கல. நான் என்ன சொல்றேன், நீங்க சொல்ற அந்த பஞ்சமகா யஜ்ஞம் நான் வீட்டுல டெய்லி சாமிக்கு அந்த காக்காய்க்கெல்லாம் சாப்பாடு வச்சு வீட்டுல என் வேலையை செய்யறது கரெக்ட். அபார்ட் ஃப்ரம் திஸ் should I do something? நீங்க சொல்றீங்கல்ல சம்பாரிச்சு மிச்சம் இருக்கிறது சொசைட்டிக்கு கொடு, அந்த மாதிரி உங்ககிட்ட இருக்க டைம் சொசைட்டி கூட ஸ்பேர் பண்ண அப்படின்னு சொல்றீங்கல்ல, அதுக்கு டைமே இல்லை என்றால் அப்போ அது கம்ப்ளீட் ஆகாது இல்ல. எல்லாருக்கும் அந்த நாலேஜ் இருக்காது இல்ல.
Madam, if you start doing that for your family alone for long time, automatically you will get expanded. Your vision will open. It will become different. Slowly, that is the pathway for achieving further.
நீங்க உங்க ஃபேமிலிங்கும் போது வந்து ஹாஸ்பிட்டல் இருக்கிறவங்களும் சேர்த்து தானே நீங்க எடுப்பீங்க, அவங்களுக்கும் நீங்க ஹெல்ப் பண்றீங்களா, அவங்களுக்கும் செய்றீங்க, அது that is also
You are
society.
very kind with all the patients who come, and that is also
With the people working
So when
there.
people working for your,
For you, you are
their,
helping them.
their
taking
family
care
is
of
your
them.
family.
Ah.
You are given job to 10 people, there 10 into 20 people are your family and you are already doing it.
Sir, but that's a business transaction.
Still, madam,
No, no, being
in
very
business also,
understanding, she's very.
in business also,
Yes,
you are
yes.
Parting your-
school. Some of the teachers are making the children to dance. She will literally die to make the child, some of the child.
So much of interest.
That is the
Communication.
compassion.
So that type of actions will motivate us to become selfless.
Yes. Okay. No, good question.
தான் மட்டும் நல்லா இருக்கணும், தான் family மட்டும் நல்லா இருக்கணும், நான் நினைச்சிட்டு இருந்து கொஞ்சம் விஸ்தாரமா போகும்.
விஸ்தாரமா
Correct, correct.
See, அதே
நம்மளுக்கு நம்ம family நம்ம ஒண்ணு பண்றது.
காசு வரது முன்னாடி நாம
மத்தவங்களுக்கு நம்ம பண்ணணும்.
எல்லாம் நல்லா இருக்கும். இப்ப எல்லாருமே நல்லா இருக்கணுங்கிற
எல்லாரும் நல்லா இருக்கணும் அப்படியே போக 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 அதுதான் வேற ஒண்ணும் இல்லை. புண்ணியம் பாப்போம் அப்படின்னு
ज्ञानी को पुण्य पापम मिला.
ஞானிக்கு இல்ல நமக்கு
we are working towards
நிறைய வருஷம் இருக்கு. நீங்க அடுத்த வருஷம் போங்க. எல்லாம் மறந்துடுங்க. ஒரு மாசமா அதே வருஷம் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்காங்க.
இன்னைக்கு அப்படிதான்.
पूरे माता मात्र 1 year गए
त्यक्त्वा कर्मा फला संगम नित्यतृप्तो निराश्रयः प्रवृत्तोऽपि नैव किञ्चित् करोति सः remaining ever satisfied and independent and renouncing the attachment towards the result of action. He never performs any action, though very much engaged in action.
Just now she asked for punya papam. So no punya papam. No results of the action.
In other words, having given up attachments towards the fruits of action. நம்ம செய்யற காரியங்களோட எதிர்பார்ப்புகள் returns, fruits of action, giving up attachment, are always, people are always satisfied and not dependent on external things. Anybody's comments or anything, they are not dependent on it. Despite engaging in activities, they do not do anything at all. Though I'm doing something, action, inaction. So now Krishna wants to point out that a person can gain jnanam in whichever status of life he is in. It doesn't depend on what lifestyle one has and nothing to do with the bondage or liberation. So whichever ashram you are in, brahmachari, sannyasi, grihastha, vanaprasati, or vanaprasad, or varnas, brahma, brahmana, kshatriya, vaishya, shudra, edume doesn't matter. Ajnanam is ignorance, is the cause of bondage. The bondage attachment is ajnanam. Jnanam is cause of liberation. If a person is ajnani, he is going to be miserable even he is in the best place ever. Inside, if you're not satisfied, you're
Some in Badrinath.
Wherever.
Miserable even if he's in the best of
if a person is jnani, then he is liberated even if he is amidst of society. He's fine. He's just content and he's just liberated. So therefore, varna does not matter, ashrama does not matter, religion does not matter, male or female or profession or nationality does not matter. It's a matter of you're wise or otherwise, you're not wise. So therefore, a grihastha can happily be hopeful in getting moksha while living in grihastha. So that goes with us. So even in this place or position of life we can definitely go towards moksha. So the first thing is, as the second line, he uses the karmani abhipravritta. Naturally, even when he is a grihastha, he has to set up, and he is a part of a family, part of a society, community, Panchamaha he has to do, attend weddings, have responsibilities, whatever he does, live close of children, the whole lifestyle which we are living in is just there. The grandchildren are there, can be taken care of, all kinds of things, and therefore he has to be extremely active. And this Jnani Grihastha also is Abhipravrat, that is doubly active, extremely active. You have to go on doing so much of work. And Jnani does not connect fulfillment with his pursuits. With fulfillment, I do activities. And it is the source of, that is, I don't do it for fulfillment, but being happy inside, I'm going to do all my job from morning till night. Everything I do is going to be with happiness, not with, for happiness, not towards happiness. And next one. It is a higher eye. That is a higher eye.
From social responsibilities, you went very fast.
இல்ல சார் நம்ம பண்ற எல்லாமே சோஷியல் ரெஸ்பான்சிபிலிட்டிஸ், வெட்டிங்ஸ் போறோம், குழந்தைங்களை வளர்த்துறோம், பேர குழந்தைங்களை வளர்த்துறோம், நிறைய பேர் பார்க்குறோம், செய்யறோம். எல்லா வேலைகளையும் எது செஞ்சாலுமே ஆக்ஷன் இருக்கணும், டபுளா நம்ம செய்யணும். We should be very involved in it and fully involved in it and happy செய்யணும். எந்த எதிர்பார்ப்பும்
You can call it call you as a Jnani Grihastha.
Yes.
The grandchildren are there to be taken care of. All kinds of things, and therefore he has to be extremely active right there. And this Jnani Grihastha also is it's active, extremely active. This Grihastha Jnani, you can call him as a Grihastha Jnani.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not going to be called as a Grihastha Jnani.
All
Not
of us
Jnani.
also.
Correct?
No, it's really for that. That's the right. To do.
Grihastha
Yeah.
Jnani does not connect fulfillment with pursuits. With
So we
fulfillment, I
have
know that it is. And what is the source of
fulfillment.
that? It's a higher eye.
Higher eye. Purnamadu.
There is answer. You have got the answer, you have not told her.
I was lifting my hand for a long time, so no one responds like it.
Because all are Jnani, Mukta. They don't want to listen to others. There is no others.
So, Tattva, Karma, Phala, Sangam is, Tattva is giving up. One, the Jnani who gives up. And Tasangam means emotional dependence and concern and anxiety. Definitely with emotional dependence, anxiety comes up. So a Jnani performs all the actions with such healthy mind, such a prepared mind, such as immunized mind. That is no expectation. So Nitya Tripta is giving support is love. Seeking support emotionally becomes attachment. Therefore, Jnani does not have these emotional hang-ups. Therefore, Nitya Tripta Aham Purna Asmi. And once this Purnatvam is come, you're content and you're doing it with fulfillment, happy, sandoshma, ellarkum நம்ம செய்யும் போது, naturally, psychologically, external factors, we don't depend on it to praise us or give us that fulfillment. So external factors, depending on external factors, is not a sign of strength, but it is a sign of weakness, and weakness is caused by ignorance. So the strength comes only from knowledge, and therefore this person is Nirashraya. He does not psychologically depend on the external. It is செஞ்சாலும் ஒரு அட்டாச்மெண்டோட எதிர்பார்ப்புகளோட செய்யாம ஹாப்பியா செய்ய வேண்டிய கடமைகள்ல we have to go around. And of course, physical dependence is inevitable. Physical dependence is for food, clothing, and shelter. This is about psychological and emotional dependence here. And karma, Abhi, Pravi, Vritopira, first is one extreme active in your everyday life. And Naiva Kinchit Karoti Savas, a Jnani is as good as free from all actions. That is both philosophical sense and psychological sense. Philosophically, Edina, we are free from action because in and through all the activities, he remembers his higher self, Atma, and therefore he does not claim the action. எல்லாத்துலயும் நம்ம கடவுளை பார்த்துட்டு நம்மளோட கடவுளை ரியலைஸ் பண்ணிட்டு ஃபுல்ஃபில்மெண்டோட செய்யும் போது philosophically in the sense that we don't expect, Jnani. And psychologically, of course, in between all his actions, he is free from those actions because those actions are no more a burden on him. This he does it. There, it does not produce tension. It does not produce anxiety. It is so light. There is no bar. He does not spend sleepless nights on that particular responsibility. And therefore, neither kinship karoti saha. This action do not become a burden on him. Saying very Sandoshna Seva is not a burden. And here Swamiji gives a comparative study that is like a thermometer and a thermostat. Thermometer goes ups and down depending on the surrounding. It is a slave to the surrounding and it is influenced by the surrounding.
He is telling again in this source of the.
Sir.
You already told me. I told her something.
And the temperature shoots up, and so that is understood. We already have that. And thermostat, it controls the surrounding, whereas Jnani is not overwhelmed by the situation. He keeps going whatever he can do to change and to improve the situation. So therefore, is a slave or set number. Are we a slave to the surrounding, or are we going to master it? And this also, sir, you had already given in your thing, the compare cricket game, sir. So your winning and failure doesn't depend only on your work. It also depends on the people around you, surrounding. So when we do any action, even though we can influence the result of action, we cannot totally control the result of action. Control one or the other. It is determined by many factors. One team entering the finals dependent on the weakness of the other team or the strength of the other. And therefore, future is eternally unpredictable and giving us anxious moments. So when you should not have that anxiousness. And when the future is not to our expectation, there is a lot of frustration. And the other part of the day, anxious we'll get disappointed and frustrated. Thus, karma seems to be a cause of worry. Therefore, he starts, the one who accepts this during its presence, karma sayam, it becomes like a game for him. I'm doing this and just a bit. So fourth chapter is into karma from which you can never escape. And once you insulate yourself with jnana, not only karma will not disturb you, karma will begin to appear as a game. அதாவது ஞானத்தோட வாழ்க்கையை அப்ரோச் பண்ணும்போது எதுவுமே உங்களை அஃபெக்ட் பண்ணாது. அது இல்லாம போனா எல்லாமே நம்மளே அஃபெக்ட் பண்ணும். And 1 second. With this, the main thing ends. Here I have one more. So I just got one story on this. That is all the gopis, they found that other side of the river Kandanda or forest of Rishi irkkaru. He is a very good person, but anga food kedaikadu. They want to prepare food for him and take it across the river. The particular day, the boatman did not come. They have lost every portion. And they go to Krishna and ask him, can you please help us? Our Krishna runs the river Kittapoi Solrari. I have already been teasing gopiyas and playing with them and all. If I did not mean it from my heart, river gave way for the gopiyas to walk across the river. So they are surprised because they always took him seriously, but emotionally he was not there. He was just doing it and playing with it. They cross and go there, and when they go there, they give food to the Rishi. He says, I don't eat any of this, but they say, please have. So he has little. Then also he says, I have only some grass. Food please have and so on. He eats everything. And now again they have to cross the river and go across. Again they get Rishi's help. Please can you help us? If I had only the grass, enjoyed only the grass and not any other food I had now, please give way for these gopis and the river gives way. So action is but they don't actually emotionally involve in it, and when I get attached to it. So that is the story about it. And here actually a lot of people have learned. Discussion I just have one more point to say. If you like it, we'll go into it. Otherwise, we'll finish it. There is a question. This chapter is about self-knowledge. And what do we know about ourselves? Who am I, Abdina? What is the answer for each one of us have for us? Who am I, Abdina? What is the answer? I should know. So this is one like a big question. Sri Aurobindo and Mother, we had a session. They had asked us about it. It was very nice to answer. So you need not share your answer, but who am I? You can't say your name, you can't say your relationship with people. people. இதெல்லாம் சொல்ல முடியாது. அப்ப நாங்க யாரு?
கடவுள்.
ஓகே, ஸோ அது வந்து பண்ணும்போது நம்ம ப்ராக்டிக்கல் லைஃப்ல சொன்னாங்க இல்லையா, அது எப்படி நம்ம கொண்டு போறதுன்னு டஃப்பா இருந்தது. They have given a small hint on how to see ourselves. Please take.
Yes, sir.
So, according to that thing, we had learned that we are the physical self. First, சுவர் இருந்தாதான் சித்திரம் வரைய முடியுன்ற மாதிரி இந்த பிசிக்கல் நல்லா இருந்தா மட்டும்தான், பாடி நல்லா இருந்தா மட்டும்தான் anything can happen around us. So that is first part of the self knowledge we have to understand. And then comes your emotional being. There is something called emotional being and an intellectual being. Intellectual வந்து brain வந்து functions, physiological functions இருக்கு. Something else dictates the brain. That is our mind, our mental health. So this mind, how are we keeping it? How are we training it? அதுக்கு தான் எப்பயுமே சாமி நினைச்சிட்டே இருக்கணும், ஹாப்பியா செய்யணும். இது எல்லாமே it's a sort of telling us how to keep our mind. And once that is under control, normally your emotions. For example, I'm doing something and I'm expecting something, then on the calculation mind ஓடிட்டே இருந்துச்சு அப்படின்னா my emotions will be jumping up and down. So once this is controlled and this is under control, automatically your physical health also will be there. You know, most of your sicknesses are caused because of the confusions happening here. Then once these three are like calm and quiet, listening to உங்களுக்கு understanding வந்துருச்சு, you're into it, automatically உங்களுக்குள்ள உங்களை அறிதலும் வந்துருது, உங்களுக்குள்ள இருக்க கடவுளும் உங்களை ரியலைஸ் பண்ண முடியும் through meditation and other. So this is about it. Hari Om.
Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamevaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti.
First,
The friendship